here?
Right here, Lynn.
That's how you do it.
Sorry. No.
Yeah. Can we keep, officer, can we just keep this close for a second? Yeah.
I went next to
Everybody set?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got a question? No, I'll start. So I'll say something first.
So Lance, you have pretty low. Lower how?
Yeah, so obviously everybody has questions about Floyd Landis and his allegations. I would say that I'm a little surprised, but I'm not.
Hey.
In all honesty, this has been going on for a long time. The harassment and the threats from Floyd started really a couple years ago, and at that time we largely ignored him. Johan can speak more to what Floyd exactly wanted from us or from the team, but finally a year or so ago I told him, I said, listen, you do what you have to do. We have nothing to say, we have nothing to hide. They started again with some consistency and with some energy about a month ago before this race, when Floyd continued to email and text and call and harass other people, myself, Johan, David Zabriskie, Levi, Andrew Messick, the CEO of Amgen, right around the time that they were trying to get in this race. Floyd made pointed threats to Messick and to the leadership of Amgen that if he wasn't let in the race, he was going to say X, Y, and Z about their product. But I think I would remind everybody that this is a man that, first of all, it's from our perspective and from what's gone on at U.S. Postal and Discovery and all of those tours, we have nothing to hide. We have nothing to run from. If anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to ask them. But I'd remind everybody that this is a man that's been under oath several times and had a very different version. This is a man that wrote a book for profit that had a completely different version. This is somebody that took, some would say, close to $1 million from innocent people for his defense under a different premise. And now when it's all run out, the story changes. So we're just as, I should say we're a little confused, maybe just as confused as you guys, but with regards to the specific allegations, the specific claims, they're not even worth getting into. I'm not going to waste your time or my time. I think history speaks for itself here. We've all followed this case for the last 4 years. We followed Floyd winning the tour. We don't know what he did or didn't do when he was on that team. We can only speak about what he did when he was on our team. We followed the case. We followed all the drama with regards to the case. And now we see something different. So that's about it.
So Lance, you never paid the UCI any money?
Absolutely not. No. And that's the other thing. I think if you get into the, because obviously we've seen the email, that's not correct. But a lot of other things in the email, the timeline is off. If you go year by year, ultimately all of the other emails that have been sent around will come out. All of the emails to myself will come out. All of the emails to Andrew Messick. All of the emails to John Burke from Trek. For somebody that says I'm here to clear my conscience, why are you sending emails to other people's sponsors, other people's partners, to the organizer of a race, to the sponsor of a race? That has nothing to do with your conscience. So eventually that'll all come out, but no, absolutely not.
Lance, this pinpointed you and Johan as being the two people that encouraged.
Juliet, he didn't. I mean, he pinpointed a lot of people. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, obviously, my name will be at the top of the story. My name will be in the headline, but it goes from myself to Johan to Levi to Zabriskie to Andy Reese to Jim Akowitz to Michael Berry to Matthew White to Steve Johnson to Pat McQuaid. At the end of the day, he pointed the finger at everybody still involved in cycling, everybody that's still enjoying this sport, everybody that still believes in the sport, everybody that's still working in this sport was in the crosshairs. So it's, yes, my name is, I'm standing here with all of you guys because I won the Tour de France 7 times. But you got to keep in mind the guy in the yellow jersey of this race is also in the crosshairs, and that's not by accident. And so I mean, maybe that's a good strategy to get as much attention as possible. But I mean, if I look at, I mean, I can use Alan Lim as an example, somebody that I view as has the highest standards and the highest ethics of anybody in this sport. The fact that he's thrown in there speaks volumes to the credibility of this. And I think that's, if I walk away with, if you said, give me one word to sum this all up, credibility. And there's Floyd lost his credibility a long time ago.
What do you think about all the details? The emails are quite detailed.
You know, I think if anybody peruses the internet or the news groups or anybody's Wikipedia page, that timeline's easy to put together. I could have made it even juicier. But you know, some of it's off. Obviously, the timing, the dates, the people are off. Again, I mean, if you saw the rest of the emails that we have, you know, this speaks volumes to his mental state and the time of the day they were sent. I don't need to fill you guys in on other people's habits and lifestyles. No.
Did you see him at the tour of the Gila?
Saw him every day at the Tour of the Gila. Not one word was said. And a lot of these emails came, you know, it was ironic because we would race during the day. Nothing would be said, nothing to any of us. We heard stories about him talking to himself, but nothing would be said. And then all of a sudden, we'd get home and I'd have these emails those nights. It's strange.
Why do you think now? Why do you think he's doing this now?
Oh, you know, I mean, I think that the timing with the race is obvious. The timing, the fact that as I mentioned a second ago, didn't get in the race. To be honest, I was surprised it didn't come up in Sacramento. We were all expecting. I mean, this emails have been out there for quite some time, and we were fully expecting it to come out then. And
Lance,
will you be taking legal action?
no, in my days of legal, you know, legal action takes time, takes energy, takes a lot of money. I have sued a few people in my day, and you know, been successful there and proved my innocence through that. I don't need to do that anymore. My energy needs to be devoted to the team, to live strong, to my kids. I'm not going to waste my time on that.
Are you going to tell the truth to the federal prosecutor who's investigating this?
Absolutely.
How do you think it might impact the rest of the season, the Tour of California and Tour de France later this summer? Have you thought about that yet?
It's definitely news. It's definitely juicy and salacious, but I think at the end of the day, bike fans, I mean, they're going to see the people talked about here, myself, Levi, Zabriskie, George, Johan. They know the truth.
Right. How do you feel it'll be here in Central California?
I'm glad to be here. The sun is out, finally.
Lance, would this do anything to change your plans for the Tour de France? Any way
No,
discourage you?
absolutely not. We all know that Floyd won't be in France telling this story.
Do you have any concern that ASO would not let the team into the tour because of this?
Ben, I mean, at the end of the day, why would they do that? You have a person. I'm going to restate what I just said. You have somebody that's been under oath several times with a completely different version. You have somebody that's written a book with a completely different version. You have somebody that took people's money for their defense. Some would say $1 million with a completely different version. He's said he has nothing. He's got no proof. It's his word versus ours. We like our word. We like where we stand. We like our credibility. I don't think there's a lot of credibility on the other side. Why would ASO think any differently? Keep in mind, and you know about cycling buzz. I mean, back in the day there was all this talk. Oh, Floyd has pictures of a refrigerated motorcycle. Where's that? Where's that? It's all a bunch of bullshit. It never existed. So no.
He is cooperating with federal authorities, and the guy who ran the Balco investigation is looking
You took that quote from the Daily News. That's not. Why would Jeff Nowitzki have anything to do with? And which is fine if that's the case. We'll be more than happy to participate as well. But why would Nowitzki have anything to do with what an athlete does in Europe?
Nowitzki has dedicated his life to basically taking down that.
Right. From you know. Okay. Well, that's. He works for an American agency. Listen, Juliet. I mean, we'll speak to anybody, whether it be UADA, USADA,